What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another ANR review. Well, not a review. It's a big review. It's going to be the Batman review. We got an awesome episode. This is episode 58. It is going to be all about Batman. It's going to be filled with spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, and I don't know why you haven't seen the movie, you're best to go and watch the movie and then come back and check out this awesome ANR review that we're going to do today about all things Batman. But before I go on about Batman, you know how I do it. So somewhere in the Batcave, they're probably hiding somewhere because they like to play hide and seek. Is my friend D and Chris. Come on in, gents.
Hello.
If you had a place to go in the Batcave, like if you had the free run, let's say Bruce Wayne invited you to the Batcave, where would you go?
I go check out that T-Rex.
The T-Rex?
The giant T-Rex? Yeah. The robot one, yeah. I just go like admire that thing.
How about you, Chris?
I would probably go down the pole to get into the Batcave.
Quick.
Maybe do a little dance on the way down.
A little twirl.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Would you invite Alfred to come with you?
Sure, why not? He gave me some pointers, so you know.
I think the Batcave is one of the coolest places in the comic world. It's awesome.
Would you prefer the Fortress or the Batcave? Fortress is solid.
Whoa. We're starting off strong here, D. We're starting off strong. How dare you ask me such a tough question?
Well, let's face it. Fortress of Solitude is all about not having to deal with people around you. And then we got the Batcave that's packed full of technology. So it is a hard choice.
I don't like the cold.
That's fair.
But is it warm in there?
Probably Lois is being actually tough question. We'll circle back to that one later.
Yeah. I might have to pick the Batcave. Ooh, that's tough, huh? Me saying the Batcave, but you know, like I'm a huge Batman fan. Don't get this twisted. Like it's not like I don't like Batman. He is up there because I loved and adored the '90s animation. I loved it so much.
I don't think anyone. I'm sure there's people out there who've hated it. I'm not crazy, but I've never met that person yet. So
it's so much that I almost picked up the toys on the weekend at Toys R Us. The animated ones.
They're bringing them back.
Yeah.
And they look good. They look good. I mean, I don't know
which ones are you talking about? Like, is it the McFarlane style animated ones?
It's the bright yellow packaging.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go find them.
It's all repackaged. You can find them at some EB Games as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw the Joker. Robin apparently.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I might have to get those.
I was tempted. I had it in my hand. I'm like, do I really want to go down this road?
Because I thought you meant the like 4 points of articulations, like because they're doing that.
They might be 4 points articulate. I don't know. Like I just
these ones are decent. These ones are decent. Okay. Like they have like full on articulation.
Yeah. See how we just veered off into something?
It's Batman.
We're all about Batman today.
Everything
Batman and toys. It's relevant.
And if you're listening to us, welcome for the first time. If you are a long-time listener, we thank you. And if you're watching us, thank you for watching us. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching for the first time. Leave us a like and leave us a comment. We're giving away prizes every month. And if you've seen the bottom of our video, we've got our banner going there, and we're all over the place. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, all under the handle of at Astonishing NR. And go check us out. We did a bunch of stuff for Batman all over the place, right? We did videos on TikTok. We did a quick review, and we also did Instagram, all kinds of questions, and indeed, you did the Batman slap memes, which were which are really good. I showed it to a lot of people, and they were just like laughing, right? So
I was telling Elvin, you need to make one where Robin's saying they should have added an extra 20 minutes to the Batman movie.
You should have just wrote it in there, Chris, if you had ideas.
Job well done, D.
Yes.
It was awesome. I didn't know what to expect because I just handed it to you, a blank canvas, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go all Picasso on this bad boy, and you did. So it was awesome. All right, let's talk about what we watched and what we got. And obviously, we all watched the Batman, so we can kind of skip that. But was there other things that you guys watched, and was there things you picked up this week? D, go ahead.
So this is brief. I didn't really watch anything aside from Jess was watching a show called The Dropout. It's based off of, I think, Elizabeth Holmes. She's basically a con artist. She dropped out of school. She claimed she had a machine that could test your like blood samples in like the back of targets or whatever.
Oh yes, I heard about this. Yeah,
and like this isn't a spoiler, but the machine doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
but she started like a multi-million-dollar company.
It was like a big scheme that she played.
Yeah,
and she did a heck of a job.
So there's originally a podcast about it, which we listened to. So Jess is watching it. I was like, oh, it's this person. So I watched a couple of episodes. But aside from that, I have to catch up on Vox because I don't know how I feel about it now.
Has it gone downhill in your expectation?
Alvin said it does. I haven't caught up to him yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll let you watch it and give me a full take on it.
Fair enough. What I got, so I got that Moon Knight here. I got some gloves to go with it. So I made it for anyone watching. I made it custom before because the real figure was too hard to find.
That is beautiful.
And
That's
then
cool.
I found the Mezco one, and I like his suit, so I got it before it goes to like $500 when the show comes
skyrocket
out.
like crazy.
Yep. And then
if my buddy at Toy Crusaders is listening, if you can find us some Moon Knight figures, let me know. I will give it away.
Even the Marvel Legends ones would be like decent finds.
Yeah, I would. If we can find some, I would definitely want to give some away because of the show. But I can't find them anywhere. I mean, I've got one for myself, right? But
that's about it.
Wouldn't it be cool if they came out with the Moon Knight where he's all in his white tuxedo?
They are.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they
sweet.
Are. Yeah, they are. It's gonna, Disney and Hasbro, what they're gonna do, right? So
well, and they made that mold of the tuxedo suit. Look how many figures we've gotten.
All you need is all you need is that suit, the white Deadpool suit, or whatever suit, and then the Blizzard head, just the like mask. Game over, the end. That's all.
Oh yeah, you know they're gonna capitalize on it.
Yeah, they better. I got this Red Hood, this Robotech one, because I don't have.
This guy. Look at this. Are you gonna get that jacket?
I probably, if I can confirm it's legit.
That's crazy.
And then I went in and got. I don't know if I showed. Did I show this? I showed Mike.
People are listening. D is showing off the Reveltech Red Hood he just showed off.
Yeah.
And then he also showed up his Moon Knight figures from Mezco and his custom. And then he has in his hand Raphael. Is that Raphael?
It's Raph, yeah.
Raph from Super 7. Still minty fresh in the box.
The line Alvin said he wasn't getting and then pre-ordered all of them.
Let's not. This is about you, D. This is not about me here, okay?
I forgot that he pre-ordered them.
Anyways, moving along here.
That's it for me. Chris's turn.
Okay, Chris, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I hope you guys didn't miss me because I wasn't here last week.
We always miss you when you're not around.
I heard the podcast suffered because I wasn't there, so sorry. Anyway,
wow.
So for what I watched, actually tonight I watched a good 1984 The Night of the Comet, which is a great 80s kind of sci-fi comedy horror where this comet goes by and kills off everybody. Some people turn into these crazy zombies, and there's 2 girls left, and it's an adventure. They go to a shopping mall, they meet a guy, and it's a fun movie. Suggested if you love 80s movies. And
who doesn't love 80s movies?
Oh my god, Ninja Turtles.
So many fun movies.
So many good ones.
Goonies,
Beetlejuice,
E.T.
Goonies.
So many good movies.
You said it was fun. Is this like a dark comedy, or you just think it's fun because it's you and you think like horror movies are?
No, it's
good point, D. Good point.
No, it's actually under sci-fi comedy horror. Okay. So, they have zombies in it, but it's not super scary.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is the guy who did the makeup for the 4 zombie characters that are in the movie was the same guy who also helped and worked on the Thriller music video. Okay. So it's pretty cool because when you see his zombie makeup, you see that that style that we've seen in that amazing music video. And so for what I picked up, I finished my Deken custom, which I should post on our social media because I finished that last week. It's in my display case, so I'm not going to grab it. I am going to be starting a new character from the Shi'ar, and it's not a character a lot of people know about. And when I was doing my research, I thought this would be a cool character to have because it just fits right in. So his name is Quasar, and it's this guy right here. So all his body is like black with like stars in the background. So I was out today trying to find body parts. Oh, what a surprise, Christopher, looking at body parts. So I actually found this guy, which works out perfect because his body.
What are you showing? What are you showing there?
Oh, sorry. It's Genis Vel. Yeah. So his body is like that black translucent with the glitter in it. So all I got to do is take off the paint, do a little bit of sculpting, and that'll be a new Shi'ar character to add to my display.
We got a Quasar though from Marvel Legends.
Different character, same name.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then next after that, I'm going to be doing Manta, which is that other character from the Shi'ar, the white with the crazy big yellow cape.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to use Storm's cape?
No, it's flimsy. Oh, the black hard shell cape. I could use that. I do have an extra one. And then after that, I'm not sure which version, but I'm also going to do Oracle.
Are you doing the Imperial Guard as well?
The big beefy guy?
No, like the whole like team, like Starbolt, because she was on it. Some of those characters are on there.
You don't think they're gonna make these figures?
Well, we got Gladiator, and then how far did we have to wait for anyone else? I don't know.
I just find this whole it's risky to do Marvel figures because they keep pumping them out, right?
Yeah.
So,
but they gave us the Lilandra head with the Mystique figure and left it at that. So there's no guarantee. And you know what? I made the Hussar figure 3 years ago, and that still hasn't come out. So, let's hope that me making it, we'll start seeing it because that seems. It's like what happens. I can't even speak.
It's a bad luck trend. It's a bad luck trend. Chris makes it, then they reveal it.
Yeah.
So who do you guys want? I'll make it.
Wolverine.
Shut up.
We don't have enough of those.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. So I'm not going to talk about Super 7 because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What I watched? Well, I watched Superman and Lois. I'm starting to get back into this show. It's a drag a little bit sometimes. I pre-recorded so on my PVR. So what I do is I actually forward through some of the lesser side stories that I'm not interested at all in it.
You can't do that.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. The side stories are terrible.
Okay.
They are terrible. That's what's holding the show back, in my opinion. There's like 4 different side stories with Superman's main story. You don't need that many side stories. I've said this so many times. It's ridiculous. And I'm just like, I don't care about Lana and her husband's marital problems.
Oh, they're still doing that?
Spoiler alert for anybody.
Well, that's not a spoiler. They've been doing that since episode 1. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just like, what does this have to do with Superman and Lois? It's not Lala Lane, Lois, and Superman, right? So I have to forward something through that stuff. It's just too painful to watch. And I don't know why they're doing this, but they probably are getting some hate mail from people. And I'm hoping the next season they kind of lower that side story amount down to at least 2 or 3, maybe instead of 4 or 5. And then I watched Raised by Wolves in HBO. This show is super weird. I don't know why I keep watching it. It's so weird. Some of the episodes you're just like, huh? What just happened? Like, there's been several times where I have to go back and watch a segment because I'm like, I don't know what was that. What was that played for? Like, why did they do this? Why did they do that? Like, what is that character doing? Right. So I have to go back and watch it again sometimes. But I don't know. I'm a sucker for sci-fi. So what can I say, right? What else did I watch? Well, the Gemstones ended last week, so that sucked. The Sunday nights are not fun anymore. I'm hoping that stuff that comes out on Netflix soon. There's a couple of movies, shows that are coming out this month. Halo's coming out in 2 weeks, and then obviously Moon Knight's coming out as well. And I think Stranger Things is the following month, or I could be wrong.
Are you gonna get into that?
Oh yeah, my kid's into it big time, so I'm gonna watch it with him.
You'll watch that, but you won't watch horror movies?
I didn't
Stranger
say
Things isn't scary.
well, it's not really horror movies, is it?
Well, horror movies nowadays aren't even that scary. That's why when I see a trailer, the most horrifying movie of the century. Yeah, okay, whatever.
You're just crazy. That's why.
And it helps when you have like a sidekick, telekinetic best friend with you,
exactly,
so who can fight back.
Splat the wall. Yeah, so watch that, and then I just spent some. It was our birthday. Chris and me celebrate birthday on the same day, March 4th. Batman came out on March 4th, which was so cool. A lot of things happened this weekend. One of my favorite games of all time finally dropped. I picked that up. So yeah, I mean, what I got.
What game?
I'll just go over some of the stuff that I've got. I got Urso from Star Wars, Galen Urso. I need space to put these away. And then this just came in today. Loki, female Loki.
Oh,
this
nice.
is a beautiful figure.
Oh,
beautiful.
Nice. Where's that one from? Is that
this one was from EB Games. They shipped it to me.
Oh, you did an online shipping one.
Yeah, online shipping. They shipped it to me.
Isn't it a gorgeous figure? I got that in the 5-pack, the Toys R Us 5-pack.
I've always wanted this figure. This is the last figure in my list of Marvel Legends that I wanted, and I'm so glad they remade it. So with this, I have every figure that I've wanted from Marvel Legends, Hasbro's reintroduction of the series. So every figure in my list has been checked off now.
You didn't have to get the 5-pack.
No, I didn't want the 5-pack because I got She-Hulk. I got that, and then I also got Lady Sif, and then I got her now. So those are the ones I wanted. So
nice.
It's good. I went to Walmart and I just walked by and I got Stinkor. Also a nickname for my oldest son. No, just kidding. Yeah, so He-Man, Revelations, Stinkor. This I don't know. I like these.
The figures are great. I like.
They're hilarious. These bad guys for He-Man are just so funny. The dumbest names and the dumbest looks. They're just fun, right? So I enjoyed these guys. Got that. I also got. Sorry, guys, it takes a little bit long here.
Oh, we expect it with you. Don't worry.
Shut up. I got Mando from SH Figure Arts here. So I got
Who is that?
Mando and Grogu 2-pack here. Well, not really a 2-pack. It's 1.5-pack, if you know what I mean. And then I got him. And then I got Boba as well. They were both released the same time, so I got Boba here. Boba Fett.
Ooh, fancy.
Me and Justin are going to be doing a review on these two together. So we'll do that. And then I got Fortnite figure. This guy here, the scientist.
Oh, I'm so excited for that guy. Where's that one from?
Oh, that's the guy that lights
This is from Hasbro Pulse,
right?
Oh, yeah.
Hasbro Pulse out in this. Yeah, so my son is a huge Fortnite, my youngest son, and he saw this. He's like, "What is that doing on your table?" I'm like, "Don't you touch it."
Don't look at it.
He's like, "I'll wait till you go to sleep."
That is creepy.
Yeah, I'm like, "No, I'll have one eye open." And then I was telling you about the game that I loved when I was a kid is Gran Turismo 7. I got the 25th anniversary. I love this game because it was a game that I spent a lot of time when I was young with the PlayStation 1 and 2. I think they had like 500 cars back then, and I had every single one of them at one point. So I'm a huge racing aficionado. In fact, we're going to probably do on our gaming channel that we're going to be launching. I'll be doing actually a review on this. Plus, I'm going to buy the racing wheel that goes with this, the full racing contraption. I'm going to get that. So that'll be fun. And then I got a bunch of... Oh, I also got this. I don't know, impulse buy. I bought this. It is the AEW wrestling entrance with lights up. So I got that. I actually have the actual ring, so this connects to the ring and makes it a full-on, display of AEW, how they enter and go to the ring. So I got that.
So you guys know, once this is over and all his family goes to bed, he sets up the ring and he puts on this whole show. He's got strobe lights that go off. See that flashing light in the background? That changes to white, and you have Elvin going.
Oh God!
Yeah,
In this corner.
yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, I don't do that. But no, I thought it would be great to get that because it could be a nice pick to take on for dioramas. I mean, you don't have to do wrestling figures. You can do other stuff too, right? So it'd be hilarious to do like maybe the Hulk coming out and then Hogan on the other side. Hey, I'm the Hogan. I'm the Hulk, right? So yeah, fun things like that. I thought it was fun. And then I don't know why I did this, but I went and got Super 7, but I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he does.
I'll talk about it when they all arrive, and I do mean all arrive. It's let's put it this way: it's a crate that's coming towards me, so it'll be fun. We'll talk about that at my expense. You guys can go ahead and laugh about that.
No, it was only a matter of time.
Oh, okay, okay. Hey, you dipped into that jar too, buddy. So.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Oh, and then I know you went and got the 4, right? Did you get the 4?
I have 2. Donatello's shipping. Leonardo's pre-ordered.
And then you have Mikey and Raph already.
I have
right?
Mikey. So I have those 2.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So that's what I got this week. Good stuff. It was fun. I enjoyed my weekend. Let's get into it, boys. We're gonna get into not the Batman, but rapid takes. We didn't get to do one last week because Christopher was MIA, but he's back. So the rules are: I'll ask you something here, a question, and you have 30 seconds to respond to it. And if you go over 30 seconds, I will rudely cut you off, and you have to deal with it. All right. So first question, and we'll start off with D here. The Walking Dead will do another spin-off.
I don't care.
Oh, hold on. Let me finish the guy.
No.
Go ahead. Fine.
Didn't say cut me off. I said I'll cut you off. The Walking Dead will do another spin-off with Negan and Maggie titled Isle of the Dead, which takes place in New York. Is this too much, and does anybody care at this point about spin-offs of Walking Dead?
For me, it's too much. I don't know. I don't watch the show. Is it still popular? If it's still popular and they know the numbers are fantastic, then sure. But otherwise, I think it's just like you're pushing it. You're 100% pushing it. It's excessive. You got a comic, you got a show. Do you need a spinoff? I don't think so. A spinoff of a spinoff.
All right, Chris, what do you think?
It's Hollywood milking a well-known franchise. You know, they've already had a spinoff. And I'll be honest with you, when this show first came out, and this was back in probably 2008 or 9,
somewhere there, yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? I don't care anymore. Like the shock value isn't there. And the comic is good. If I want to read it, I'll read it. I don't want to watch it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, so you say I don't watch stuff. I actually watched this from day one, and I was a huge fan of this show. Me and my wife used to watch this religiously. We used to have our dinner and watch the show and loved it. And I don't know what happened, like maybe 4 or 5 seasons into this show, we just dropped off any interest in this show.
Because it's too much, isn't it?
It was just too much. And then they did these spin-offs, and I'm like, I don't care about spin-offs. I barely can keep up with what you guys are doing now. Yeah. I think another thing that really killed it for me was the pandemic. They had a 1-year freeze on this show, and it was a huge gap between the seasons. And I think at that point, I just kind of forgot about it and lost my interest in it. And so when they brought the show back, I did go and watch it, but I just didn't feel it anymore. I was just like, this show is just done. If you got rid of some of the main characters from the show, why do I even care about this anymore? Right? So just too many good characters were killed off in this show. And I had a feeling this is what's going to be the problem, because I remember talking to my wife about this. I'm like, if this show starts killing off main characters, I'm out, because I love a lot of these main characters. You want to kill off one or two, fine, but if you kill off majority of these guys, see you later. I'm done. I have no interest in this show. And when they got rid of, and spoilers to anybody who hasn't watched it, when they got rid of Rick, I was devastated. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is the guy that I watched from day one, and how dare you guys get rid of him? And fairness to AMC, because apparently he had asked to be written off because he wanted to be closer to his family, because I think he was like 6 to 7 months in Georgia rather than in the UK where his family needed him. I get that, but I mean, you're an actor, and this thing actually took you to a huge stratosphere of stardom. I think you should stick with the show and bring your family over in Georgia and live there. I mean, I don't know what their circumstances are, but I don't know. I don't get it. Like, this guy was just an average actor before the show came out and became a superstar, worldwide phenomenon. People know him everywhere because of this show. I think you can survive. You know, the millions of dollars you're getting. I think your family should be okay. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it was smart because he probably knew that the show was falling off a bit, and right after Andrea got killed off, I'm just like, I'm out. Even the point when she started being portrayed as a weak character, I'm like, no, because in the comic book, she was Rick's right-hand man. Yeah. She was great with a gun. She was an amazing fighter. She always had the wits. But then they took all that away from her on the TV show. And I'm like, why did you dumb her down? Oh, because she's a woman? No, I'm sorry. Like, I get that they'll change things to change up the storyline, but you took it to a whole different level below the level that you were hitting with a comic book and just ruined that character, who I felt like she was even stronger than Michonne.
I broke my own rule. I went over like 10 minutes.
I know. It's like, I was like, does this?
Why did you stop me, Chris? You could have cut me off.
I was like, I didn't know if you were like, does the host get cut off or not?
You can cut me off anytime too. It's the gavel is for everybody to use. All right. Okay. Next one. So Sony has decided to have conversations with Amazon about making a God of War TV adaptation. Are you interested? Are you buying, or are you selling this thing?
I don't trust them to do it correctly.
Who, Amazon or Sony? Or both?
Both of them. I don't know.
You don't like Uncharted?
See, here's the thing, though. People seem to love The Witcher. So, like, I can't just write it off because it's a video game franchise. It's so very specific, and it has to be done a very specific way. I don't want them to take liberties and ruin it that way. Anyways, that's my take.
Okay.
My question: Sony wants Amazon to write and direct it.
Sony, Amazon is going to do all of it, but Sony is in early talks with Amazon about doing this. It's not confirmed yet.
You know what? Amazon sometimes surprises us with some of these shows, like Invincible. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, and they blew us away. So let's hope that, is it cartoon or real life?
No idea.
That's going to be hard.
I'm assuming live action.
If it's going to be live action, I don't know. It's
depends on the. Also, like, by the way, your time's up.
No, it isn't. I still got 20 more seconds.
Depends on what era. Is it the Greek mythology or the Norse mythology? We don't know.
I want the Greek.
So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what they come up with, but that's just a rumor right now. They're in early talks. All right. Disney Plus has given green light to the Muppets Mayhem TV show. It is going to also star YouTube sensation Lily Singh. Do you care, or you'll be interested?
It might be. So I don't care right now, but there's always a chance that I will. Like, it's the Muppets. Even if I don't like it, someone will. Like, it doesn't. I'm not one of those be like, oh, this is awful. No, this is gonna fit someone's demographic. So
No, but I'm
whatever
asking
they-
you, are you going to be
Like
interested
right now,
in
I don't
this?
care. I need to
Okay.
see something first. Like
Okay.
just the word
Fair
Muppet
enough.
doesn't excite me.
Okay. Chris?
Lily who?
Lily Singh.
I
You don't know her?
no.
Okay. She's got a huge following on YouTube, and she's done collabs on TV shows and things like that.
I'm done with influencers, so I don't care.
Well,
Muppets.
she's a comedian.
Good for her. Muppets are amazing. You know, they've been around for so long. I used to watch Muppet Babies, and we used to watch the kids SNL version of the Muppet Show Tonight. So, you know, if they re-inject that humor into that, and that's what they're aiming for, I'd be down for it.
Cool. I absolutely have zero interest in this. I do not like the Muppets. I couldn't stand the Muppets because they used to come on before Transformers in the morning. So around 6:55 is when I'd wake up, and I'd get the tail end of the Muppets, and I'm like, can you just hurry up and get to 7 because I want to watch my Transformers TV cartoon, and so I couldn't stand that
I'm
show.
sorry, but you shouldn't be mad because that Muppet Show allowed you to sleep in a little bit longer.
And he chose not to. He chose to get up on his own.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
your choice.
We couldn't PVR our shows back then, okay? You had to get up early just to make sure you get your blanket and your pillow and your bowl of cereal ready to go. All right. And only 2 feet away from the TV because there's only 27-inch RCA TV. All right. Elden Ring, which is a massive game that just came out everywhere. Players are buying millions of rune on eBay. Prices range from $10 to $100. What rune is basically is like ability to level up. The more rune you gather in the game, the more your character levels up to become stronger and stronger. So they are buyers and sellers. What they'll do is the seller would set up a time and a place in the game, and you would show up. He would invite you. You'd show up there, and he will drop the rune in front of you, and you get the rune, and transaction is complete. But you have to purchase it through eBay, and lots of people are doing this. The creators of Elden Ring has said this is a violation of their terms in an agreement, and they will start banning people who are doing this. Do you guys think they're making a big deal about this, or you think this is a correct path that Elden Ring's creators are taking?
I'm not surprised. I think they can screw off. I don't like. You guys are making your millions. You guys do loot boxes and whatever
in-game currencies all day long.
Yeah, so I figure that's the stuff in the contracts, the stuff where it's like user agreements that you click agree on.
Yeah,
There's probably something in there like you cannot buy and sell.
The one that we all scroll
content.
on right away, go to accept.
Yeah. So somewhere in there it's probably written, but rules are rules, I guess. I think it's like people.
I think they're approaching it the wrong way. But anyways, Chris, what's your take on this?
There's two things to this. First, I don't play the game, but the company could probably make it hard for the player to level up. So that's why people are doing this.
It's a very hard game.
And secondly, some people, when you play a game like this, it's all R&D. And if you just want to skip that over, that's the whole gaming experience. That is just laziness beyond belief. Mm-hmm. But again, going back to my first point, if the game makes it hard for you to level up, I can see why people would do this. I wouldn't go on eBay buying these things because it's buyer beware. Like, you meet up with the guy and you don't get your in-game money. It's a risk.
Yeah, my take on this is I think instead of banning people, what they should do is sort of use this for their advantage. Like, say, hey, if you guys want to level up, then we'll do in-game currencies, which will be cheaper than you paying this guy on eBay. I think beat them at their own game, right? Allow people to give in-game currency where they can level up, but make it, and then do a software update where it prevents people from doing these drops, so they can get creative and really embrace this idea in a way that's beneficial to them, but at the same time not pissing off some of these people who want to play the game but are having a hard time playing the game because it is a very difficult game to play. That's one of the reasons why I didn't buy this game. I love the mythology of all of this, and the gentleman who wrote Game of Thrones was involved in writing and helping with this game. But when I heard about how difficult this game is and how large of a scale this game is, I'm like, no, I can't do this because I don't need to stress in a game. I want to play a game and enjoy it. So yeah, our friend,
sorry,
friend
I just want.
Our friend Customs by Matthew said hi. Hello, Matthew.
Oh, thank you.
Checks in the mail.
Kind of going back to, what the developers, yeah, they can say that they'll ban you, but honestly, they could turn around and easily make it where players can't give their money to other players, or they can limit what they're allowed to donate or give. Obviously, they still see the money that they're making because you get these gamers who are whales, they call it, who spend thousands of dollars almost per month on this game. So they're getting money. If it was really a big issue, they would have done something already,
Yeah, agreed. Okay, final topic here on Rapid Takes is Matt Reeves is doing. Oh, before I get into that, World of Warcraft has been doing that. Yes, yeah, I agree with you. They've been doing that for a while, and I think Elden Ring creators need to take a page out of that and really embrace it. Good point. So Matt Reeves is doing an HBO Batman spin-offs where he's going to introduce various villains from the Batman origin stories. Are you thinking that this might be an issue because it's too much Batman? Or are you like, hey, bring it on, more content? What do you think, D?
Content's always cool. For me, I don't really care. I didn't watch Pennyworth or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Pennyworth, yeah.
Joker was a one-off where I won't keep watching that movie because it's just seeing someone transform into a bad guy. Okay, cool. One and done. Penguin is a jerk. Like, I like him. But do I want to see someone be crappy and just an awful person for like 2 seasons? Like, I don't know.
Well, did you watch that Gotham TV show?
No.
The first 2 seasons.
I watched the first season and I was out like a bat out of you know what.
The second season was actually good.
I don't know. I just have a issue with villains running around and no Batman there. I don't know. I just I didn't care for it. I was like, nope. But yeah, Chris, what do you think?
You know what? I'd be down for it because this is kind of a nice break. We get, and I'm not saying I'm getting sick and tired of Marvel because they are giving us a nice diverse group of heroes, but it's nice to see a little bit of the, the not so big that movie wise or excitement that we've gotten from DC. So it's Batman. I do love Batman. My first 2 movies, 89 and Returns. I could go for a little more Batman. I'd be okay with that.
Cool. Yeah, I would say tread carefully here. I would like to have this spread out, not overwhelm us with Batman content because I don't want to be sick of this world, right? So I would tread carefully, Matt Reeves, here on what they want to do. All right. We've talked for quite a bit here, and we haven't even got into the actual main topic. Okay, our main
Shocking.
topic. Yeah, I know, right? Let's get into this. It is
speed blitz.
Yes, let's do this. So D, you've watched it, I think, twice?
3 times.
Oh, why?
God.
A lot of people want to see this movie, and I was like, I want to experience it with you. I'm like, okay. They don't have anyone else to go with. Like
Chris, have you noticed that he doesn't call us and experience things with us at the movie?
I saw a movie with you.
Did you?
Actually, the day you went is the day. Yeah, I saw Eternals with you.
You didn't sit next to me though. You sat away.
He sat beside his mom.
Yeah, I know.
He's between.
But here's the contingency.
Can we go watch a movie together? It'd be nice to just 3 of us.
Here's the contingency. The people I saw it with are early birds like me. We saw that at like 10 a.m. each. So if you want to see a movie at 10, then sure.
I don't want to get up and watch it.
Exactly. So I know there's no point being like, Elvin, you want to get up at 9:30? Come meet me at Guilford.
Okay, if I knew what I know now about the movie, I would have probably gone to see it earlier because
Okay,
I'm like,
how about this? Doctor Strange D, set it up. We'll watch it.
Okay.
yes.
We'll watch it, three of us, and we'll watch it whenever you want to watch it. I know you watch it with your family, but we don't mind hanging out with them. They're nice people, right? So
I'll bring Susan with me as my date.
oh God. Anyways, let's get into this movie, The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson and a bunch of great other cast members. Let's talk about the summary, the plot summary of this. It's year 2. Batman is just getting. Matthew says 9 a.m. start Sat morning. Okay, yeah, Matt, you don't have kids. Okay, go away. So, what? Okay, this movie was 3 hours long. Okay, let's start off with that, and that already has Chris shaking his head. Chris, me and you watched it together.
Yeah.
Year 2 Batman. We have this guy Robert Pattinson, who I didn't think was going to be was a good choice in the beginning. What did you guys think of the way this was filmed and the length of this film? Like, let's get into that right now. What do you guys think?
I liked the style they chose. They, instead of like a full-on action movie, it was a kind of like a drama crime thriller with like action scenes sprinkled in. And I absolutely love that because it wasn't so spaced out that the action scenes were few and far between, but the length of the movie kind of took me out of it. I was like, this is very unnecessary. Especially considering it wasn't an origin story, because usually that's what makes it super long. Like, we need to see how this started, where he's ending up. Now he's back in town. Now he's Batman, blah, blah, blah. No, he's already Batman here.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. As for your other question, what did I think of him? I absolutely loved it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of, there's a comic that came out, is called Batman Earth 1. And there's other comics that deal with this. It's like year 2, where it's what it sounds like. Second year as a vigilante, his weapons they're basically prototype weapons. And he's just using them in the field. Sometimes they mess up, sometimes they break.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share this here. But what I did love is, so can you see my screen?
No.
I can't see your screen, no. What are you planning? You're sharing right now?
Oh yeah, here we go. So
there you are.
Batman year 1, you have like his utility belt. I kind of got the impression that they were going for that younger look for obvious reasons. He's not as buff and broad as he should be and what we're used to. Same goes for Alfred. I noticed they didn't do the traditional one. He had a cane. He was a military veteran. And they used a throwaway line where he's like, I taught you how to fight, but I didn't teach you how to do anything else.
I thought I saw him with a cane.
Yeah, he did. So Andy Serkis did have a cane.
Okay.
And I think they took an aspect from that, because I don't know if they didn't even mention this. So the League of Shadows, Batman was trained either by them or in different comics. He was trained by some sort of ninja clan. And in this, they don't mention it at all. All you got is Andy Serkis saying, I taught you how to fight, but I didn't teach you anything else. Really, I wasn't really like a father that you should be. So I'm wondering if that's why he wasn't as skilled as we are used to. Like, they didn't go overboard with, he is 100% a ninja and he vanishes into the shadows.
Are you disappointed?
No, not really. Like, he has time to learn in the field. It makes it more dangerous for him when he isn't deflecting bullets with his like wrists and like.
No, we'll talk about
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But that did backfire because of what he relied on. Are we going in for the full cast? Not the full cast, but the main.
Yeah, we'll talk about the cast. We'll just talk about the main people here. We'll talk about Paul Dano. Is it Dano or Dano? Dano. Riddler. I thought he did a good job, right? I mean, based on what he had, I think he did a decent job. I mean, he's not Jim Carrey, and nobody wants a Jim Carrey. It wouldn't work in this movie. But honestly, I thought he did a decent job. I wasn't like they said it was kind of portrayed like the
Zodiac?
Zodiac,
Yeah.
right? The Zodiac killer.
But we've
So
seen that so many times, and sorry, I really
no, go
wish
ahead.
they would have portrayed him in a different way.
How would you prefer? Like, what were you
Yeah.
thinking?
You know what? It's funny I'm going to say this, but exactly like what we used to see in the 60s Batman. Like, he's
With
a
the
Riddler.
top hat. Are
But
you
see,
serious?
Here's the thing, though. You know what they were
Doing a
going for.
jingle?
Like, they didn't even give Catwoman. They didn't even give Catwoman ears. They like found a way to make her look like she had ears. But they were going for a very, very grounded.
And though that's one of the few things that I've had an issue with this movie. It's just like she's a Catwoman, and it looks like she's wearing one of those face toques with the bottom part cut off, and these little nubs on the top of. I just feel like the Riddler character was good, and it had that kind of creepiness to it, but the face mask, it was just.
They explained. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I think there was
no. Ask. What were you gonna ask?
Well, I liked they explained the reason he had that, like in the trailers and in like the art. I was like, he looks ridiculous, but in the movie, like they explained very well why he had on what he had. Same with Catwoman. Like these people didn't have the desire to be like, I need a suit and I need to get out there. No, they're just like, okay, I freaking put this on, I gotta go, like do my thing, get in, get out.
Might as
like...
well have taken a paper bag and cut holes out of it and put it on his head. But just going back to Elvin's question about the shooting of the movie and the feel of it, I loved the way they shot this movie. The cinematography was amazing.
Yeah,
and
great.
The continuity that we've been getting with all the Batman movies, and even though there's been different directors, it always has that one little taste of Batman, but it's always different, and it's different enough. And I really loved how they shot this movie. But then after 2 hours, I'm like, okay, I'm done. But Robert Pattinson, when I heard he was going to be the new Batman, and I seen the trailer, the first one, and he was doing the Batman voice, I'm like, this bastard might even pull it off. And you know what? He did. And I think the only thing that threw me off about his character was seeing Bruce Wayne with the long hair.
The Nirvana look, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
They said they wanted to go for that Nirvana kind of vibe.
I get it. And you know what? I don't know well enough about Batman, but I enjoyed it. I get he's a little bit skinnier and scrawnier. It's only his second year. I like where this is going.
Yeah.
And I'll throw more of my points in there as deeper we get into the movie.
I wish he worked out more. That was one of my
like going to the gym workout. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like the actor himself. Because when he had shirtless scenes, I'm like, you look like you didn't train at all.
Yeah, exactly.
You look like you just get thrown around, like he's pushing the table and his shoulder blades were like jutting out. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
He's still transferring from the vampire. Okay, yeah. So
fair enough.
There's some questions here. Matthew says, I love how grounded it was. Makes for fun interpretations of the classic comic book characters. Yeah, honestly, like I love the way it's filmed. I agree with you guys. It was filmed great. I think Pattinson with the suit on looks great. Everything I could ask for in a film without getting too weird, because they wanted to aim for a little grounded movie, right? And I think they got that with his look. Bruce Wayne, ever since I saw the trailer, I'm like, this is not a Bruce Wayne. He does not pull off a Bruce Wayne. Even when he was clean, remember later on he's actually got the suit on because he's going to the funeral and he's clean. It was better, but it was just like, I don't see this guy as Bruce Wayne. I just don't.
Some angles did it better, like, and that's just like a cop out answer. But like when he turned his head at like a 3/4 angle, I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And his hair was back a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and we also talked about that part too, because this is a movie where I'm jumping ahead where he figures out who he is. and he's trying to find that balance. So we're getting that awkwardness of seeing him as Bruce Wayne, but also developing his character as Batman and realizing he's got to play both. So,
when we first see him, he didn't care at all. He's like, I don't care. Like, I'm me. I'm Batman, basically.
Yeah.
The accountants are here, so tell him to get out of here. I don't like. I'm doing stuff.
I don't give a. You know,
like
what?
He didn't have to put on that face of being Bruce Wayne. He was just like, I don't have time for this. Like, he's still cynical.
That's because he's not Bruce Wayne. He's Batman. Bruce is irrelevant to him. Yes, I understand he's irrelevant to him. What I'm saying is, his face ain't gonna change in the next movie. It's still gonna be Robert Pattinson's face, right? So, like, they could CGI maybe a nice jawline or something. But what I'm saying is, in the future, I don't see him ever being the Bruce Wayne that I understand. And that's my only opinion on this, right? I don't see him as a Bruce Wayne, but we'll see. Maybe they'll give him a different haircut and maybe change his makeup so he's not as palely white as Twilight vampire, right? More color will be nice, right? Maybe get some sun tanning in the Batcave, right? But who knows? Yeah, maybe.
Well, like, Bruce Wayne is like 6'2" and 210 pounds. So, like, do you like that's what people visualize sometimes? Like, I don't know, like just the facial shape and all that. So I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me. Like, it's not like, oh my god, it's horrible. No. It's not like that at all, right? But okay, what about Jeffrey Wright as Gordon?
That was a sleeper.
Can I go first on this?
Because go for it.
I absolutely love Jeffrey Wright and everything he's done. Like, I watched what is that sci-fi show that's on HBO? And I keep forgetting. No. Westworld.
Yeah.
I love him there, and Jeffrey Wright and Patterson's chemistry on the screen is fantastic. I really like the way they interact as Batman and not Commissioner, but Gordon. It works so well. I thought, to me, that was the highlight of the movie. The two of them, how the chemistry is coming together, and because it's early on, there's still a long ways to go, but they have already started this trust with each other, and it's a great bond. I thought their bond is better than Catwoman and Batman. What do you guys think?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I didn't even give him like a second thought when they casted him. Like, I didn't hate it. I was like, okay, it's Commissioner Gordon. The only time we've actually seen like a full-on Commissioner Gordon take a not a lead, but like a supporting role was in The Dark Knight. It was Gary. Was it what's his name? Oldman.
Yeah, I think he was working his way up as Commissioner in that trilogy.
And they like coordinated and talked to each other. But these two went into the like good cop, bad cop.
Oh yeah, it was good. That was good.
and I liked when he like had him on the crime scenes. Like, okay, I'm bringing my guy in. Like, I don't even know. I can't remember now. I don't know if anyone referred to him as Batman. He's like, my guy's coming. Like,
the freak.
Yeah. He's like, my expert's coming. And
wasn't he at some point called Vengeance?
Yeah, Catwoman called him it. I like when she calls him it. No, I have no complaints with his casting choice or how he acted on screen. Like, I loved it.
The chemistry between them are just spectacular, and I can't wait to see that expand when he becomes Commissioner. Maybe the stash gets a little white, right? But I can't wait for that to continue, because that was probably my favorite part of the movie.
Why did this movie need Catwoman? It was like a whole bromance between those two.
What is your hate with Catwoman? Yeah. I thought she did a good job, Zoe.
I did not say she did not do a good job. I'm just being funny, you know.
You're just a Michelle Pfeiffer fanboy, and you just
you are, aren't you?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he is. That's what it is. He doesn't like anyone wearing that leather, except for him.
I had no problem with Zoe as Catwoman. I thought she was amazing. I did not like her outfit, and I get what you're saying. This is like
she's poor. She's poor. She's working her way up.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, okay. Let me hear what you have to say.
She is not poor. Did you see that money she stole?
Yeah, by the middle of the movie.
Oh yeah. Well, before that, I'm sure she's stolen a lot. You know, it's one of those things that I gotta keep telling myself, this is a different part of Batman. You know, it's I I don't know. It's with so many changes that they've done with the past movies and the characters, it's hard to fall in love with a character that changes so often. But, I get that they're trying to do new character, like new movie stars as a character that we love. And maybe I am biased to Michelle Pfeiffer.
Really?
Oh,
Just
but
a tad bit, huh?
But like I said, I thought she was a great Catwoman. And I love how they started her out pretty freaking powerful. Like when you saw her in those fight scenes, I'm like, okay, well, at least they kept her strong and did her justice. So, I'm very happy about that. And it's kind of cool that we got to see a little bit more of a backstory that kind of tied into everything else that was going on in the movie.
Yeah.
Would you like her more if she had Anne Hathaway's goggles that looked like cat ears? No, you just
No.
like, you don't care about the outfit at all. Like what made you angry?
I think
is it just the ears?
I think it was just that stupid mask. I feel like
that's what I mean. Like if they gave her like night vision goggles or something, that kind of like.
But how is she gonna attain that? Did you not see where she lives? I mean, here's the thing: like, how do you explain where she got all this cool tech from? What I would have loved to see is Batman give her some tech. Maybe in the next movie he'll do that, right? Improve her tech, right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, for the first time we see her in this movie, I don't think having her get all these tech and all these cool things is good. We want to see her at her low point and then have her grow from there. That's just my opinion on that. I was okay with the look. I was okay with what she had to work with. I would have loved to see her more agile like a cat. I just thought that she,
like Halle Berry did.
well, let's not talk about
no.
that. That's we're trying to gain fans here, not throw them away off the cliff. But for me,
she
Anne
rubs her
Hathaway,
butthole against Batman every time he enters the room.
anyways, but I thought she did a good job. I had no problems with her. I'm happy that she had that beginner level type of mentality, and she's stealing things, which is cool because that's what she's supposed to do, right? She's a thief, so I had no problem with that. What about Colin Farrell? Man,
fantastic.
Woo!
Like earlier when I said
I love the party when he's in the bar. He goes, "What does he say? Thanks, sweetheart." I just love everything about the way he talked and his demeanor in the movie. Like, oh, so good.
Like he had style for being what he was visually. He still had style, and he was a charmer. Opposed to like the campy comic one where it's like,
I know. I did not want to hear any of that.
It still had that flavor of Penguin,
yeah,
but not like in your face. It was so obvious, which, I love when they play off that. You get that little taste, that little hint, but it's not thrown in your face of who it is.
Because it'd be ridiculous otherwise. Like like calling yourself the Penguin, even shorten his name to just Oz. They didn't call him Oswald Cobblepot, because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Look, who wants to be called Cobblepot?
But yeah, I just feel like it's so tailored to the whole theme of the movie. It's the whole theme. It's more realistic. There's a little more, like it was mentioned, grounded, where these characters are still developing who they are, and not just Batman, but Catwoman and the Penguin. So the thing that I'm excited for about the ongoing movies is the development of all these characters. And I hope, even though we might not see everyone in every single sequel, but maybe a hint of where they're at, or give us a little something.
Well, the HBO TV shows are supposed to do that. They're going to show the growth of Penguin, how he becomes more prominent in Gotham, and that's what the shows are going to do. It's going to sort of fill in the void or the gaps between the movies and give you a more complete story about what's going on and what's developing. So when you go watch, let's say part 2, and you see Penguin already the main man in certain part of Gotham, then you know why and how he became that main man there. So you're going to get that, which I get it. But they, like I said, they got to tread carefully here. You don't want to overdo it where people are just like, well, I don't really care that much anymore because it's too much. It's too saturated. You got to save some for the movies, right? So yeah, it'll be interesting to see that. What about your take on the whole story of how this was played out? Like, I mean, did you like the detective storyline? Did you like the riddles? Did you find that the riddles were like, I personally found the riddles were too easy.
I like seeing the crime scenes. That's something we never really got to see. Like in the old movies, you get into a crime scene, it'd be like a background set. Like it'd be a set piece, and then he'd like piece out of there. In this, we got to see him touch stuff, and then the cops were like giving him dirty. I was like, why is he touching that? Because he's a detective. Let the man work. And you can see his mind processing it. I love it when they were like pondering what the answer is, and he just rapid fires them off.
Yeah.
So no, I loved that. I loved every aspect of that. What were you alluding to being like that the downside? Like what did you not like about it?
Were there too many?
Oh, the riddles as well.
Yeah.
I thought so. Movies have a bad habit of doing this where the riddle could be anything, but in order for the main character to proceed, it has to be this very specific answer.
Yeah.
And sometimes the riddles could have more than one. Like that's just like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
They could
like
have
the rat with wings thing.
Yeah. Like I feel like they could have taken the riddles that they put in the movie and kind of maybe incorporated 2 into 1, because for me it just felt like, okay, is this movie just all about trying to trace him down? Like there were good story pieces to this movie and there were multiple ones. I just felt like, okay, where's this going to end? Is this going to end? And, if someone who's watching the movie, if that's how I'm feeling, there were other people who were feeling the same. Like, okay, I'm kind of getting bored because my attention span for a plot can only go so far. You understand?
Yeah, I think it's not just the, like, to me, I don't mind long movies, but I think it's the pace. You got to continue giving us good pace. You can't draw out scenes too much and have it a bore. There was a scene where Riddler and Batman are talking, and he's singing this song and making weird noises. And I'm just like, I don't need to see 5 minutes of this.
That was my problem with him. I thought he overacted sometimes. Like his like grunts and moaning. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you laughing? Are you mad? Like what is
it was just a little over the top. I was just like, scale it back a little and we were fine. Right?
It's like someone told him. Yeah. Right?
Nicolas Cage.
Someone's like, channel Nick Cage and then dial it up to 11.
Yeah.
No.
And go.
It's like, it's kind of like an offensive level of someone just being like, just be crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Like what kind of crazy? Just be crazy. Just go with it. Like, okay.
But I mean,
here we go.
Don't be crazy like the Joker. Be crazy to a limit, because the Joker is the crazy one. The Joker is the one that goes like nuts. Right. Yeah. And I felt like he was encroaching on that level, if you know what I mean.
He's
like,
more intellectual. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's clever. He's a genius.
Right? Yeah,
like he has his own problems. Like the thing with the Riddler is he's incapable of committing crimes without leaving a clue, and that's always his downfall. Like he tried to once, and then he went back to the crime scene to leave a riddle, and then he beat the crap out of him.
The Riddler's all about. Everybody needs to know it was me that did this.
Yeah,
that's what the Riddler's all about. I need to know. I need everybody to know I'm the one that killed this.
Like
person.
That's his disorder.
Yeah.
Like he's gotten too used to it where he can't function without doing that now.
Exactly.
That's why he always ends up in Arkham opposed to an actual jail cell, because he is like.
What you guys think about the actual plotline about the Wayne family, blood on their hands, Falcone.
I mean, you make a deal with the devil.
I thought it was an interesting story.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It was interesting. It was finally a story that I thought had some deep roots in it, right?
It's kind of like proving like not everyone's perfect. Like the image of your father when you're 8.
Well, sorry.
Go ahead.
I thought it was a nice change because, all we've gotten in the past was, they left watching a play and some mugger came by and killed his parents, but for what exact reason? And
the pearls. They wanted pearls.
Yeah, but now we get a little more of a tied down storyline in a sense of it goes much deeper. So I thought that was interesting. I was actually a little bit shocked. I'm like, damn, even from what I knew for Batman being who he is, was that actually built off of lies? The vengeance for his parents, but then him finding out his parent, well, at least his dad, wasn't as good as what he thought it was.
But I mean, Alfred did clear up the airways. He said that, hey, your dad was a good man. He tried to fix things properly. He never wanted that informant or that journalist to die, and he did everything he could. But he made the critical mistake of going to a crime boss and asking for help, and that crime boss. And I thought, forget the gentleman who plays him. He's a great actor too. We've seen him in a lot of movies. He does mainly comedy, but I thought he did a good job of acting as Carmine. I just thought that was a good way for Carmine to say, okay, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to hold you to it because I'm doing you a favor. Now now you owe me, right? Now,
which is weird because like Thomas saved his life too. So you'd figure like, okay, he owes Thomas a favor.
we're even kind of thing, you mean?
That's not how mobsters work, though.
No,
Thomas should have known that.
No,
that's
sir.
not Thomas should have. That's not. That's how Thomas should have.
I got you. By the way, that's my favorite line in the movie when he's, the favorite scene we'll talk about in a second, but
yeah,
a little bit of a hint that might have something to do with it. But yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, it's like, hey, you know what? You're hanging out with the mob here. They always, like casinos, the house wins. Well, mobs always want to win, right? Doesn't matter how many times you've saved a bullet hole from their chest. So that was cool. Okay, I wanted to talk about some Easter eggs here. Easter eggs and some appearances. Right at the beginning, we get an actor.
I was gonna. That's what
I know you were telling me that you wanted to talk about this scene. Yeah, and I'm just like, excuse me, what are you doing in this movie, and why? Like, what is going on here? Why did Jay? What is it?
Is it Lycurgo or something?
Yeah, Lycurgo doing in this scene, and why did you guys make sure that he got a lot of camera scenes where he's trying to stop this all happening? What? Is this the same universe as the Titans? Please, God, no.
Well, it can't be. It can't be because
right?
like Bruce is like 87 in that show. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but like,
well, is this all multiverse of Tim Drake?
Like they went out of their way to cast that dude and focus the camera on him, and I don't even. All I thought about, like it almost took me out of the scene. All I thought about was him trying to jump the 2 feet over the hole and him falling down the hole and causing Hank to like have to stay behind and die. Oh man, just his dumb face. Sorry, actor, dude. Sorry, Jay. Like you're not a bad dude.
I don't blame him. It's just like, well, I do blame him because he took the role. But hey, you're getting paid money.
You're
why
paid
not?
To be in Batman.
Yeah, so. But it's just such a weird choice to put him in there after him being in the Titans. It's just so weird. Right, and Matt Reeves has already said it that does not include any other superheroes in the DC. It's its own little world. Do you guys have a problem with that? I have a problem with that.
Well, like look at Peacemaker. We got so many name drops in that, and we even got the final cameo in that freaking season, which was epic. But if you're gonna have these characters, why wouldn't you name drop anyone else? Or
I think it's due to the grounded level, because once you start name dropping metahumans,
okay, you bring up an interesting point. It's grounded. I get that. Everybody says this word grounded, but isn't the comics of Gotham grounded? But do you find like. But they find ways. They find ways to bring aliens and crazy characters.
That's when it stops being grounded, though. Like as soon as you bring in like a metahuman, then that's the next level.
Is there something wrong with that?
Not for me, but
no. I'm not saying personally, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean,
if they want to keep it like if his vision is to be like, I don't want to go over the top. I just want to keep it like just contained and clean
Yeah.
and simple. Like
Yeah.
like if they are doing like aspects of Earth One, because they even changed Martha's last name to Arkham,
Mm-hmm.
Well, even if they, you know, for
which
one of
was
the
it.
scenes where they had the press there,
Yeah.
like, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we got a little hint of Clark Kent doing some, you know, news catching or filming?
See, and then
but
at that point,
I think it's a little too early for that, but yeah, I hear what
yeah.
you're saying. Yeah.
But like
it's still a secret to everyone. We're
Yeah.
not supposed to know who he is at this point.
Yeah.
But you know, they could have done something like that and not.
But I just
take
don't
away
think
from
they
the
wanted
movie.
to, like at all whatsoever. Like
You
he
know,
might just be like,
I
I'm not doing
don't
any
think
of
it's I don't think it's any of that. I think what it is Warner Brothers don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They just want money. That's all they want. And they saw Batman.
Well, they went.
Batman is cha-ching, right? That's why they keep rebooting this thing every 5 years. It's cash money all day long. It's just like Sony with Spider-Man. They'll keep pumping out Spider-Man related movies because they know it makes them money no matter what. And there's no vision here. Matt Reeves, hey, you know what? Good on you for making what you're making. That's his vision. But Warner Brothers should have sat him down and said, listen, you do your thing, but eventually we want sort of crossovers because that's going to make us even more money, right?
But did they? Because here's my other problem. Because they could have. I don't
like as garbage as Zack Snyder's movies were, they did make money.
Mm-hmm.
They did make a boatload of money. That's why Warner Brothers let him continue.
But like, what was the joke? What was the Joker film supposed to be?
Which Joker?
That was the one with.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Warner Brothers doesn't know what they're doing, but they just keep pumping out these movies because they know they're gonna make money. There's no like oversight, like Kevin Feige is with Marvel. There's no like a grand plan. So after they screwed up with Zack Snyder's thing, they let Zack Snyder have the reins. It was a massive error on their part, and he screwed up. Even though it made money, he screwed up big time. After that, they just fell apart. They don't know what they're doing. So all they wanted to do was just make it's not sequels, individual movies because they're like, hey, we don't know what to do with this, but we have these properties that we know that people are going to watch no matter what. So somebody came along and gave a nice script of Joker, and they went with it. And now same thing with Matt Reeves, they went with it.
Yeah.
But there's no grand plan here. They don't know what to do.
Well, and the real issue with that part is, you know, for fans who are Marvel or DC, Joker or Batman, you know, I think Warner Brothers knows what they're doing and they don't care how well it gets done. They're just going to put it out there anyways. But people who are fans of DC who want a movie will take what they can get. And it's the exact same thing with X-Men 3. I really wanted a Dark Phoenix.
You got one.
I got two. And, you know, neither of them, definitely the second one was a better story, but like I took it because that's all I was going to get. So I'm sacrificing quality over getting what I've wanted. It might not meet my standards, and I just feel like Warner Brothers realizes that, you know, people love DC. We don't give a crap what crap you put out. We just know the fans are going to watch it. Who cares about repercussions and reviews? People are still going to go and see it.
I think, you know, I just think this is a big problem that's going to be facing them at the end of this trilogy. What are they going to do? Reboot it again? Like when Batman 3 comes out, whenever that is, 10 years from now, 12 years from now, what do you do then?
Like I honestly was happy when they just found Ben Affleck and he didn't suck. He was decent and he looked good in the suit. I'm like, okay, you got your Batman. But then once again, like they brought this new one in. So
I honestly think Pattinson is better at Batman than Ben Affleck. Not by a long shot. Like I did like Ben Affleck. I think he did an admirable job. He was buff for the role. You know, he put some time into it. But it's the script and the direction of Zack Snyder.
Is he done? Is he done?
Well, he's supposed to be in the Flash movie.
Yeah,
that's his final appearance.
And he was in Peacemaker, but they cut him out because of this movie.
Yeah,
so
because
they're still using him.
They didn't want the audience to be confused which Batman is still See, this is what I'm saying. Like, Warner Brothers doesn't know what they're doing.
It's ridiculous to me that was the reason. Like, well, we can't have two in because they'll get confused. Okay, but you made an entire movie with a completely different actor.
Yeah.
So that one scene in a completely different show isn't going to make or break your confusion level. But okay, thank
They
you.
also don't understand the intelligence level of DC fans. They just think that they're stupid and they're not going to get it. This is ridiculous. Like, you're insulting the fans here by doing things like that. And then they're continuing with the Aquaman and they're continuing with Wonder Woman. What? Why? Like, if this, like, Reeves Batman should have been somehow, and maybe it will be with the Flash movie, it's going to reboot everything, but they have Aquaman and they have Flash and they have Wonder Woman continuing forward. They don't know what they want to do with Superman. They have no idea. They have no clue.
To the point where they awkwardly, like, just only show you the neck down, or have him in a scene, but choose to, like, oh, I don't want to use him anymore. Let's just remove this.
They're catering to the Rock of Black Adam. Like, Black Adam's not even a first-rate character; he's a secondary character. They're catering to him.
While you're talking about that, I will be right back.
Yeah. I just honestly, I don't know. I honestly, I just don't know what they're doing. And Matt Reeves, I hope he does a great job and continues and kills it. He will, in my opinion. I have full faith in him doing a good job.
This is a spoiler talk, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that? Spoiler talk?
Yeah. Okay. For anyone listening, it's a spoiler. This kind of jumps ahead to the end. Is that okay, or do you have more to say?
No, we could definitely jump to the end. I actually wanted to show something here.
Okay, show it off.
I wanted to share on screen here with you guys. So let's share on screen. For those of you who are listening to us, we apologize, but come join us on our YouTube channel. Go watch it. So share screen. Here we go. Windows. There it is. So if you guys don't know, this was the website Ratalada.
Ratalada.
Right. So when you go to the website, it's an actual website they updated, I think, a couple of days ago. So all those numbers you see there next to, what do you call it? These are all dates of the comic books issued for certain characters. So the characters that came are the Batman with first appearance of Batman, then not first appearance, but Batman and Gordon, and then Catwoman and Joker, first appearance, Penguin, Riddler, Carmine Falcone, Alfred, and then they also had the initial release date, which was March 4th. And then the final one they actually had was Two-Face, the first introduction of Two-Face comic book. So it's interesting because Two-Face gets introduced in this here. We at the end, D, you can kind of explain what you saw at the end.
Like the prison scene?
Yeah.
So Edward, or the Riddler, I like they changed his last name from Enigma to because like that's what I mean. Grounded, like you can't have a guy named Enigma because that's what. But he's in the cell and he's pouting, and then he's talking to his cellmate, which there was a silhouette there, and I assume it's alluding to the Joker because he's like, now I'm some kind of clown, and he's like, well, there's worse things to be than a clown. To me, that would have been a perfect chance to bring in Joaquin Phoenix, or at least his voice. Like when you're talking about merging continuities.
Yeah,
just that you could have used that. You could have used that.
I mean, they already announced the actor. I forgot the gentleman's name, but he's playing Joker. They've already announced that.
From that silhouette and that laugh, I was not amused. I didn't like it. That was another scene that I thought was overacted because he told like the stupidest, easiest riddle. It's like the less you have, the more valuable they are, like a friend.
I wanted to see the Riddler go, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Like they just laugh. They laugh like maniacs.
Let me do the riddles here, okay, buddy?
Yeah.
You do the clown tricks.
And then they just lose it laughing. And like, okay, well, at least we get to hear the Joker's laugh. And it was just the most placid laugh.
So this, after the comic book dates, you click on the website, and it takes you to this final page here with this code. And the code reads out, you think I'm finished, but perhaps you don't know the full truth. Every ending is a new beginning. Something is coming. That's what it reads. Thank you to the World Wide Web for giving me this information. But that's what it reads. And I thought that was very interesting. Something is coming. What that is, who knows?
Could be nothing.
One Easter egg I want to talk about. Do you remember the scene where he's on the floor and he got his handed to him, and he jabs himself with the green liquid?
Like people are saying it's Venom.
I'm just thinking Bane.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Bane could be getting that one day and going, I stole your...
Oh, when I said Venom, that's the drug Bane used. I don't want to confuse anyone.
Yeah.
No, like I know there's going to be some people out there like, oh, Venom.
Yeah, D, we know you love Venom. We get it.
Yeah, Spider-Man's in it. Because I was talking about it to someone else. Because like, all that green stuff looks like Venom. Like this symbiote doesn't look like him. So it's like what Elvin said. Bane uses this drug to enhance his physique and his strength.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what it was?
I think that's a hint of maybe an episode, chapter 3 or whatever they want to call it for the third installment. I think we're going to see, because in Arkham, I believe the doctor was testing on these people, right? I can't remember the name of the doctor, but
Hugo
Hugo Strange. So I'm thinking Arkham is going to be a big factor in this TV show because they're going to introduce some of these villains, and I think there you're going to see maybe the serum is where Batman got it from, or they stole it from Batman somehow, and they're using it on these guys. So hopefully the story kind of evolves from that.
Do you think it could be T.O. Morrow?
T.O. Morrow?
Yeah.
What? I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
You don't know who T.O. Morrow is?
No, but I'm saying, what is like?
But doesn't he do like chemical research and all that?
He makes robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are some points where he's worked on serums and chemical.
I mean, I don't know what to expect. I
don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what to expect. I mean, we'll see.
The Batman has so many, like, it's like the Oscorp, how Oscorp shows up in
the
every,
Rose Gallery,
like, like they're just like so many scientists.
Yeah,
are just crazy doctors in Batman's universe.
All been warped, right?
Like Harley Quinn's a doctor. She's a psychiatrist.
Yeah. Well, they said they're going to be introducing a new person to play Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going on with this. But all right, okay. What about overall the story? What do you guys feel about the story? What would you think? It was a good story? Were you interested in the story, or did you just think it wasn't?
No,
anything?
I found it. I don't know. People might think it's cliche, but I found it relevant. Like, there's been times where, like, yeah, you guys deserve what you're like, what you sold, sort of thing. And listening to him vent, it's like, I saw people die where I grew up, and the news just doted over this millionaire boy because, like, yeah, that's just how the world works. People are going to get mad at it. It's just how you channel.
That's where I got a bit lost. I'm like, did he do all this just to expose bad people in Gotham, or to make him make a point of how tough it is being a poor orphan? It's just like,
well, they go hand in hand. Like, people, like the recovery fund was supposed to fix probably a lot of
renewal project, yeah.
And the rich and the elite just took it. So he's
it sounds very realistic.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, well, these rich people don't even deserve this. You guys are all liars, and then you go on your podiums and praise each other. You guys are all just basically just scum. So
okay.
I think they did a good job of portraying scums in Gotham.
Yeah. Now, when you put it that way, okay, I understand it a little more.
But he's throwing a tantrum. You saw him like banging on the wall and stuff. Like, he's still like a little wiener. So I see where you're coming from too.
Okay, favorite scene in the movie.
Ooh.
I don't want to steal yours, so you go ahead.
I got you. Got you. That's my favorite scene. I just love that heart rod. When I first saw it, I'm like, what is this? But I loved it. I love the sound it made. I'm a big car guy. I love cars. And I thought it was great for year 2 Batman to do some mechanical work. This is what I loved about him too, was he got his hands dirty with the tech, with his suit and everything. Everything is just so early on, and I don't mind it. And I could see potential in taking that engine and making the Batmobile more bulletproof, more stronger. And
like, you had the frame of it. You saw the frame.
Yeah. There's a makings of, that's a prototype, right? Yeah. Basically, that's what it is. One thing I didn't like was Wayne Manor was not there, and we're gonna probably see it in the next movie. But I didn't like that Wayne Terminal thing that he was in there. Just I don't know, it wasn't doing it for me. I'm a
You
bat
didn't,
cave.
you didn't like the kitchen?
Yeah, that didn't do it for me.
I feel like where he was living, they were trying to make it too literal that he's the Batman to make it look like he lived in a cave. I'm like, who the frick lives in a place that looks like a church? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It was too like, I don't know if that's Art Deco or not, but it was too old, like too
Yeah.
antique.
It looked like a corner of a Harry Potter's
Yeah.
castle or something, right?
Yeah.
And then like he's sitting on a tall building, like looking down. Isn't that like the White Ivory Tower? Like looking down at the minions below, right? What do you think about Gotham itself?
I loved it. I loved it so much. Like it wasn't over the top, like grungy and dirt. Like you know how they always have it at night. Like you saw it in the daytime. You saw the streets when they were empty and it was just dawn. You saw that it's a desirable enough city if people could live there, but due to circumstances and crime, it's just a dank, crappy place now. Like it has the potential to be better than it is.
I don't know why the Riddler decided to blow the place up and flood it, because it rained nonstop in the movie. Didn't the place flood by itself? It was just insane. It didn't ever stop raining in Gotham. Who wants to live there?
But
Right?
that was
It was Western Vancouver.
Yeah, welcome to BC, everyone. But I feel like that scene, I know it kind of was a bit out of the blue, but that was also his way of kind of wiping the slate clean of, what he was doing was exposing all these people, wanted to make Gotham, a bit better. So, let's give it a little wash down and, clean up the streets a bit. I'm like,
plus he
hey,
drowned a bunch of people too. So like it worked.
Yeah.
And then anyone left over, they were just gonna gun down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The ending was a little too unnecessary for me. I don't know. What do you think, D?
So I liked the reveal kind of where he kept saying the name Bruce Wayne over and over. Like, oh, buddy, you're done.
Yeah,
like this is another. This is just another scenario of like the villain unmasking the hero, which they do a lot. And then he's like, "Too bad we didn't get him." It's like, "Oh, you got."
Yeah, and you can see Robert his pupil open and close, right?
Yeah,
like you see him just like, "Oh, yeah, okay, you don't know, okay, cool, all right, let's continue this."
Yeah. Right? Yeah. So yeah, I like there up until when he breaks through the skylight.
Yeah,
I like that whole scene. I know people had problems with the score, but when he
I had a problem with the score.
Like it did sound kind of like Darth Vader's.
Yeah,
but when he's walking slowly to his prey and that like hard beat is playing, like okay,
fear.
Like I love this.
Vengeance.
Yeah, I did not care for his monologuing.
I just love how he comes out of the shadows. That is the Batman I want to see.
Oh, that was a bit like scary, spooky horror movie-ish,
and that's
especially in the beginning where he was talking about working off their fear, and you see the spray can roll off into the darkness, and he looks over, he's like, "Oh fuck this!"
It remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where the guy's spraying his armpits, like, no, I was just putting some deodorant on, right?
we never really saw that in the other movies. In this, he's like, I can't be everywhere at once,
but they hear me in the shadows, right?
Yeah, and then
that was so
like,
cool.
I was like, is this the scene where he's gonna come out? No, they just scared themselves. Is this the scene? No, he scared himself and got hit by a car. Like,
yeah. Okay. What about? Let's talk about some of the dumb things. For me, it was just taking direct shots. Like, dude, the guy's holding a rifle. Maybe you might want to dodge or try to get away from it, not walk into it. I thought too many times where he got shot directly in the chest. I mean, I don't care what kind of armor you have on there. You cannot take a bullet that close and be able to live through it. It should pierce armors. There's tanks that have bullets that go through them. So for me, I just found that ridiculous a little bit. And I just found that that's lazy. Batman doesn't like to get shot at. In any movie or animation, always Batman has to be hiding in the shadows and finding his way around bad guys and getting them with the bat. Like I didn't see him throw the batarang at all once. I didn't see him, do any of those things like throwing smoke bombs. Did you see him throw smoke bombs?
No, he made smoke with the environment, but he didn't throw a smoke bomb.
Why not? I don't. Right? Why not add those to his arsenal?
Yeah, and he used the batarang to cut the electric.
Yeah.
That was just a knife though, because he was.
Yeah, it was just a knife. Yeah.
But no, it was
I'm
shaped like it was shaped like a batarang. Like I see where Chris is coming from. I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna throw it, but no, he just took it off.
I'm
His
like, why do you
his-
feel like you needed to jump on that and cut it off and fall into the water?
That was
because
just-
it was gonna electrocute people below.
Well, what's him holding on to it gonna
Well,
prevent that?
because they didn't want to make him be able to throw like a boomerang with that much accuracy. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know the level of realism they were trying to take here, but apparently that was part of the threshold. So like
Yeah.
he had to.
I would have liked to see, because come on, one of the biggest things about Batman is his utility belt. I
Yeah.
would have loved to see him kind of use more of the utility belt and show that he is, maybe we'll see it. Like I said, the hardest part about me is me understanding and trying to be okay with this is because it's year 2. I got to keep telling myself it's year 2. It's year 2. Calm down. There's going to be development. He's going to improve. So I'm going to taper that. Anything else that you guys want to talk about? Maybe
Like gripes wise,
gripe wise.
just stay overreacting with the Riddler. Like I didn't like
Okay.
some of his like tantrums.
Yeah.
It was the length for me. There were points where I'm like, oh, like when they caught Falcone and Falcone. I've just heard someone pronounce it Falcone. So, anyways,
he's Italian. It's okay. It's okay.
yeah, they were bringing him
Mamma
out
called me
and they were
Falcone.
arresting him. I'm like, oh, thank God it's over, because I was just getting agitated at this point, and I'm like,
I know. I looked over to you, and you're just like rolling. Like, oh
are you
God!
freaking kidding me? There's more, and then like it just keeps going, and I'm like, oh, God damn it. And then like right at the end, I'm like, screw this crap. I don't care if there's an end scene. I'm out. I need to go have a cigarette. And I look at my phone as I'm walking out. No. I look at my phone as I'm walking out. I'm like, that was 3 freaking hours.
Yeah, I warned you guys.
I thought I told you when we were going into the movie.
No, you didn't.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was not like secret. Everybody knew it was 3 hours.
But I'm just like, oh God, really? And I'll be honest with you, they could have cut out probably 20-30 minutes. And while I was outside waiting for you guys to finish up, people were coming out of the movie saying it could have been shorter. It could have been shorter.
Okay. I mean, I get it. I get it from everyone's point of view. Everyone has their own opinions on it. I thought it could have been a tad bit shorter, maybe 2 hours and 40 minutes. But I don't know about 30 or plus like that. I think 20 minutes is the max I needed to cut out. But like I said, it's not about the length of the movie for me. It was about the pacing of the movie. They needed to do things more in the pacing department. I thought the score was underwhelming. It wasn't exciting enough, because with the Batman Dark Knight Rises, you get these big, beautiful sound moments. What gets the elevation, motivated? Like people are just like, elevated. You get up and you're like, oh, this is some big scene that's going to happen, because you hear that loud orchestra, right, of the score. So for me, I thought the score was pretty weak. Not terrible, but not to the level of Christopher Nolan and Hans Zimmer's score that they did in their trilogy. All right, let's give our score out of this. What do you guys give Batman out of 10? Let's start with D. Yeah, that's right. Put you on the spot.
It's very hard.
You've seen it 3 times, so you probably have a better understanding of it than all of us.
I appreciate what they did. Normally for like, I'm going to give it at 8.5.
8.5.
There's no reason to like, yeah.
All right. Chris?
You know what? After discussing everything with you guys and the points of view,
it is year 2. Remember that. Be gentle.
And just having a better understanding of some things that I might not have caught. And I'm sorry, but it's a 7.5 for me.
Okay, fair enough.
Again, I love the cinematography. I love the casting. The casting was excellent, in my opinion. I just thought it was way too long.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
I would give it. I was really battling with this all weekend after I saw the movie. Like I was just like, what am I doing here? Like, came to the conclusion that I'm going to give it an 8.5 as well.
It's tough, right?
It was tough.
With The Dark Knight, I talked about it. Batman Begins, I still look up quotes like Gary Oldman and Bruce revealing himself to what's-her-face. Like, I still look up scenes from that movie. From this, I'm pretty probably only going to look up the end fight scene and then the car chase and some of the penguin. Like, there's nothing to quote. There's nothing to inspire me with this film.
But I am optimistic. 8.5 for me too. Yes, thank you, Matt. Too. Yeah, I am very optimistic about the future. I think it is in good hands. Let's put it that way. Right?
If they choose to do anything more of this, I don't like what you said earlier. Like, they made this standalone, and will this continue on for how many years, or are they going to be like, okay, we're done at 2 because we have more Batman stuff?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Yeah. Nobody knows. Right. So we'll just, we'll take it as they come, and hopefully maybe Matt Reeves changes his mind in why do I keep saying episode? In movie 3, and maybe introduce. Can we please get a Robin at some point, please, for God's sake?
Oh, you think they're going to bring a child in when they're being as grounded? They wouldn't even give Catwoman her ears.
He comes in as a baby. Yeah.
There was a couple of kids he looked at. Remember that kid that he kept looking
in
at
the beginning?
Yeah. So who knows?
Maybe he looks like he'll be my new best friend. He could.
And Andy Serkis, what do you think of him as Alfred?
I realize I don't hate any Alfred in any media, and he was fine. He's fine. I liked him.
Yeah.
He didn't do much compared to the last one.
I didn't mind him. I kind of wanted Alfred to be a little bit more witty, make some clever remarks and piss off Batman a little bit, because he does that. Is that'll be all, Mr. Wayne? I see you.
He also.
Like things like that. I would have loved to see
British
some
accent.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
They also didn't go the traditional route with him too, because they called him Bruce. He never calls him Master Bruce.
That's disrespectful to the Wayne family. I got a bone to pick with that. I don't like.
But is he his butler in this, or is he just his guardian?
Who was that lady? Who was that random lady? Who was
his maid?
She was the butler's butler.
They never specifically said he was his butler.
Get out! I don't want to hear that.
They took some liberties. He was Bruce's legal guardian. They took liberties again.
But then once he gets older and takes care of himself, he's like, "Okay, thanks for being my guardian. You're my butler now. So thanks."
You've been relegated. And they did mention where Catwoman is headed. Where's Catwoman headed?
She has a problem with Gotham, but she heads to the town that's worse than Gotham. Like, Bloodhaven is just Gotham on a bad day.
The name exudes peacefulness.
Bloodhaven.
Let's go to a beautiful city named Bloodhaven. Yeah. Sounds great. Rays of sunshine there.
There's also talk that she will be getting her own series on HBO Max.
Everybody's getting a series. You get a series. You get a series. Everybody gets a series.
Thanks, Oprah.
So 8.5 for me, D, and 7.5 for you. Boy. Yeah. Do you recommend it for people to watch it? Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
I think it's worth watching. Just make sure not to drink too much pop or water before the first hour, because it's a long one. It's a good investment.
I don't know. People brought their kids in, like toddlers.
Yeah, I brought my kid. My youngest son was not happy.
No, he wasn't.
He did not.
People brought like their toddlers though. Like, that's next level.
That's a little weird.
Like, I swear there's like a 3-year-old who probably likes Batman, so they brought a kid, like, he was whining behind that.
Yeah, I think people didn't realize what this movie was about and what groups of people should watch this movie.
Yeah.
They kind of underestimated it. It was not a kid-friendly movie.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God, that reminds me when I went to go see Halloween Kills. There were 3 older people sitting 2 spaces down from us. And I look over at my friend Jen. I'm like, oh, I guess they're horror fans. So they're watching it. And I actually had to shush them because they wouldn't shut up. And then
no, you shush people?
Yeah. But like the first real kill scene came up and I looked over and they jumped, and then you're like kind of whispering to each other, and then they just get up and leave. I'm like, what movie do you expect that you're gonna watch? Titled Halloween Kills. It's not Teletubbies.
Maybe it was a killer Halloween pumpkin carving movie. Okay, could have been one of those. You never know.
Yeah, body carving contest. Woohoo! You know.
All right, that about wraps it up. I think, right? We've been at this for a while. We hope everybody who's listening or watching us. I hope you guys enjoyed our breakdown. We tried to talk as much as we could about this, and if we spoiled it for you, we warned you, right? We warned you that we're going to spoil it. I mean, it's on the title.
Put it in the title. Put spoilers off.
Yeah, we put it in the title. So
our review isn't longer than the movie review.
It's getting close.
Yeah.
But that's another topic. But
exactly.
Yeah.
But we appreciate everybody listening and watching, and be sure to go and subscribe and follow us on all our platforms. We really appreciate the love, and we want the support from you guys to continue. It really motivates us and puts a smile on our face. So go ahead and do those cool things for us. With that being said, gentlemen, I think we kind of ended here, right? Any final thoughts? Anything? Nope. All right, silence.
No.
Vengeance and silence. I love it. All right, wherever you are in the world or the universe, have yourself a good morning, a good day, and a good night. Batman.
Bye.
Later.
Good night.
Vengeance.
No.